Christie Podcast. Yeah.
Dan and Christie Podcast, wherever you get your awesome podcasts. I know Apple, Spotify do it. There's also Buzzsprout. The beautiful people here at Hype TV are putting us on the YouTubes at the moment.
The YouTubes.
Which, we do have to actually patent and package our brand too. We need an ABN now. We're a business now, Christie.
Well,
we're going into business.
We've got an
You're
agent.
the CEO.
Yeah, it's like that. No, we're so thankful to Hype for having us for this awesome setup so we can keep podcasting. We've got a lovely agent now. His name is Matt, Agent Matt. We will mention Agent Matt, who wants to get us doing like live tours and things like that.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out because we will be coming towards you hopefully in the not too distant future. We've got to figure all this stuff out. But that's what we're doing on the show, is figuring it out as we all go along. But we're so thankful that you're still listening and still with us. And I did see this. So this episode now, when you hear it, you might have also seen it in the media as well. But Malcolm in the Middle.
Yes.
Great TV show, right?
Yeah.
I liked it growing up. And I'm obsessed, as you know, with the actor Bryan Cranston, who was Hal on Malcolm in the Middle. Bryan Cranston is just, in my opinion, the greatest actor of all time. He's in Breaking Bad. He's in
Walter
Argo.
White. Yeah, the greatest.
The greatest. And, of course, you know, we've got to pay respects to Frankie Muniz,
yeah.
who was Malcolm, the lead in the show. Like,
The
huge
guy in the
gig.
middle. Yeah.
Yeah, Malcolm in the Middle. It's a huge gig to get as a child actor.
Oh, yeah.
And he really didn't go down the rails. A lot of child actors can, and I understand how that can happen. You're given a lot of money when you're on TV. It's a lot more in America than Australia. But it does change your life. And it was nice that we all saw Frankie on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here when he did that.
And they rebooted Malcolm in the Middle too. No Dewey. Dewey just went, nah, I'm good. I don't want to come back for this.
He
and
went
so
to,
he was kind of
like,
like on
university.
Zoom during it.
Yeah.
Which is quite funny, yeah.
That's right. Because he was very highbrow now, the
Yeah.
kid, Dewey. Like, I think he went to Brown University or Yale. Please don't quote me, but one of those very esteemed universities. And so he just was not interested. And, you know, life goes on. Acting's not for everyone. But one thing happened to Frankie Muniz, which made me really sad. So his marriage is over with his lovely now ex-wife, and they've got a beautiful little boy. And the marriage breakdown announcement that he did on his Instagram, it was really nice. It was the family all dancing together. So
Aw.
he holding up his little boy and dancing around, and his wife, who just looked so lovely and so happy, like really nice family moment. And he just did essentially a post that said, look, it's been great. We're always a family. So many happy times to be had. Just as though we ended the marriage, we've now made the choice to end it as well on our own terms, and they're going to be really good friends.
Aw.
And what disappointed me was so many people, like, I mean, in the thousands, slammed him for making the marriage end announcement with a happy moment reflective of a happy family still together.
What do you mean?
It made no sense to
though?
me
Like, yeah, that's-
because it doesn't make sense, right? Even his ex-wife, she commented, Frankie, I'm so sorry that we live in this world where people feel so nasty and need to shut down something that you have so sweetly articulated that you even get trolled for when you're trying to do the right thing. And he deleted the post not long after.
Did he?
So it didn't even stay there. It's like, you're so damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah,
And-
that's it.
and
I think it's a
marriages
nice way to
end.
do it when it's an amicable split like that. Just to say, hey, you were a big part of my life, 6 years. Marriages don't work out. It's 1 in 2. You've done it yourself, haven't you? Like
Yeah.
sometimes like
I'm on my
you're stuck
third.
in a relationship. It's
the right one now.
Third time's a charm.
I
though,
grew up
like,
very
yeah.
quickly, all right?
2 out of 3 ain't bad, as Meatloaf would say. But yeah, because him and his wife Paige obviously were in love, but things do change, and you don't know people's situations too. So commenting on it is ridiculous. I know a lot of those comments, like, because sometimes you do see that, and you just like don't see people as people, like when they're in that celebrity dome. Like I would have just written "Life is unfair" under it, or something like that.
I'm sure you would have.
Or "You're not the boss of me now."
He
which
would have
is
pinned
great.
those
Yeah,
comments.
he would have
He'd
loved
loved
those
it.
ones. But he is a human, and she is too, and their family doesn't deserve to be dragged through the mud like that. And I think that's a beautiful way to sum up, because sometimes things end. They have their shelf life. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that go through the exact same thing, and it's 1 in 2 people. Like you walk along the street and someone's divorced. It's just a fact of life, isn't it?
It is a weird thing. Marriages can end in a healthy way. Like, it's not always a tragedy. You can look at one another and say, hey, it's been great. Where are you? And it doesn't just happen overnight. You know, when you want to exit a marriage, and I'm not talking about people that need to when there's abuse involved, of course, that's a completely different conversation. But if you're lucky enough to be on an amicable page, ending a relationship, or even a relationship in general without a marriage involved, When children are involved, it complicates things so much more because you're not just focusing on your own life. You have to focus on your child's and you have to co-parent.
You're still part of
if
their
you
lives.
are. Yeah. And the fact that they could do this really, really nicely together, it really pissed me off that people still came for them because even I remember now I am nowhere anything like Frankie Muniz. He's a superstar, but even my own tiny experience of being in the spotlight, I was filming Neighbours when I was on Neighbours a couple of years ago, and that's when I decided to make an announcement about my ex and I breaking up, and we'd been separated for a year and a half, living under the same roof, like we weren't close. I speak okay and highly of him now, and things like that. So there's no bad blood. We've got an arrangement that works. But even I didn't know what to say. I was like, what do I say here? Like,
and
I just went, why do you have to say something? That's the thing. But then you also kind of do have to say something because people notice on social media if something that you posted about for a long time or if your life looked different. So you're
on red carpet. Why isn't he here?
You feel like you never know when the right time is to say something, and people really do complicate things so much. I remember you and I went to the radio awards a couple of years ago when they still existed. My husband was literally next to me on the red carpet and next to you as well, like being our handbag guy. You know, he's one of your close mates too.
Beautiful man, yeah.
And the Daily Mail did a story, and I have no qualms with the Daily Mail. Like, shout out to you guys. They've done lovely stories on us. They've done one about this podcast, and we're thankful. But they mustn't have known that he was there because it said, they didn't say anything bad, but they just said, Christie's there, but her husband wasn't there too. And that's just because he wasn't in any pap photos, you know, because he was Justin's not
I also
like
wasn't
that.
in the photos. And so, I'm like, I don't want photos of me. That's why I'm in radio.
Yeah, it's funny though how things can, unless you sometimes I think speak up to kind of control your own narrative, which is probably what Frankie Muniz was doing. He just wanted to say, hey, look, you'll hear that we've broken up, but everything's cool. And I hope that everything stays cool for him because he seems like a nice guy and he worked really hard when he was young, and Malcolm in the Middle gave us a lot of laughs, and he's got a family, and you just want to see someone being a great husband or a great father and being a great person when this happens, right?
People just need to relax like Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Frankie Muniz, that is.
Dan and Christie Podcast.
Dan and Christie Podcast, wherever you find your podcast. Thanks for putting us in your ear holes. It's really nice. We're talking about Donald J. Trump. So, you know, we're not the biggest fans of this guy, but we're going to have to be because you're thinking about going to the States and getting into the country. And apparently, when it comes to application requirements, if you're a visitor to the US and they find that you've slammed this guy, who's just wonderful and very capable and a wonderful president, and we love him. He's our favourite person in the world. I'm winking to the camera. But why are you going to the States, first of all? So you're going to have to avoid being anti-Trump?
I have nothing bad to say whatsoever. And I'm a very proud Australian citizen, and Australia has a great relationship with the United States of America, and I'm very excited to go to America. Yep. So basically what happened was Mama Deb, my mum was adopted when she was very little, which I've told you about before, and then reunited later in life with her beautiful father, my beautiful late grandfather. My grandpa's name was William. Mm-hmm. And I once saw a psychic just before she found him because my mum had looked for her father forever. And I said to the psychic, because my mum told me to, because I said, my mum off to see a psychic. She said, ask what my father's name was. And I swear on my children's life this happened. I said to the psychic, her name is Danina. I said to Danina, do you know my mum's dad's name? And she did a thing and she goes, oh, yeah, I think it was something like Bill. Or
oh my God.
Willie or William. And I went, oh my God. Well, I didn't say that at the time because I didn't know.
Oh my God,
I just
he
went,
had a Willie.
Yeah,
you are right, bang on. These psychics are geniuses.
That's my late grandfather you're talking about.
Psychic mediums. He did have one.
But that's his name.
Yeah,
well, it is William. Bill. So anyway, one of the wonderful conduits to helping my mum emotionally was who we found out, a cousin. Her name is Shannon. Shannon is American and she's in Virginia. And you know how people are obsessed with like DNA websites? I know we have Ancestry.com. I know your beautiful father, when he first met me for the first time, printed out my family history. Like, your father is so sweet. And he brought me a beautiful book. And it had like family history, and your mum's very much into genealogy as well. Mm-hmm. And so is my mum. And so anyway, that's how that came about.
You're going to go find
reached
your family
out
history.
The American cousin Shannon. American cousin Shannon is in Virginia.
Oh my
you know that
God.
song, by John Denver.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
Take me home.
Yeah, classic.
You
Country
know the
roads.
song.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So Mum
John
said,
Denver it.
I'm going to John Denver it.
Yeah.
This great song from the 70s. But Mum said to me, look, I promised Dad, as in I promised your grandfather, I would go and meet Shannon and go to America and meet her and thank her in person for all the support that she gave me because she helped us find Grandpa. Are you in? Are you coming? I mean, obviously the first thing I said was,
Absolutely.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Who's paying for it? Just kidding.
And you don't want to get deported.
Mum's helping. Yeah, and
She is helping.
They want help with getting. No, look, I said to Mum, because I was weighing up the kids and hubby and husband Justin, he says, go, oh my God, go, full support. When do you get an opportunity in life, especially as our parents get a bit older, to go and take the trip?
Oh, yeah.
I went, it feels like a good time. I have got time back
Got
now
ample
in
time.
life.
So is this soon then? Is this happening soon?
This will be around what they call fall, which is November. So
Hey.
in November, I thought it's a beautiful time to go. And that's when, because my mum was like, when should we do it? And I said, well, let's go a little bit later in the year. Let's go toward there because they have like Thanksgiving and it's a really
Yeah.
beautiful time to go to America. And
It's cold at that time too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's freezing cold. Rug up.
Yeah, freezing cold.
And they're doing their midterms around then, so Trump might not be in charge at that time.
Okay, but even if he is, that's great. Lots of
Yeah, we really enjoy you. You're a genius, and you're doing a fantastic job in charge of the free world, aren't you, Donald Trump? He actually might grab you by the Virginia.
Dan and Christie Podcast, yeah!
Dan and Christie for breakfast. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be when it comes to podcasts. That is a wrestling quote from Bret the Hitman Hart, the excellence of execution. I want to talk about wrestling for a second, Christie. I know you love professional wrestling. As soon as you met me, you're just like, I am going to watch this every day.
I'm here for
Raw,
it.
SmackDown, all the pay-per-views.
You've taught me a lot though, because yes, I didn't know too much about wrestling, although I did see The Princess Bride growing up with Andre the Giant, bless his
I
heart.
know, you guys. That's what he talks like. What was he?
sweet.
Fezzik in that.
He was
He
Fezzik.
larger than life. There is no better wrestler than Andre the Giant, and he was a gentle giant with giant genitals. Probably.
That's true, though,
He had
because-
a giant hand. I've actually seen the hand. I went to WrestleMania 24, and they had Andre the Giant's hand, and it's just like, it's 3 times the size of my hand. He was massive, but he had a condition where he just kept on growing.
Yeah.
But he was the best. But guess what? There's a Canadian professional wrestling company. They've held the longest Royal Rumble style match in history. So this is the Battle Royale. Do you know what a Battle Royale is? So you're in the squared circle. You're in the middle of the ring. You have to throw each other over the top rope.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I 100% knew all of that.
So
before you
this
told me.
is 243 entrants in a Royal Rumble. Not old plain old wrestlers either. You know who's in there? Scream's Ghostface, so the Ghostface Killer. Nightmare on Elm Street's Freddy Krueger turned up. The Teletubbies were in there. And they just kept on just bringing out wrestlers. Deadpool, the guy from Slipknot. Power Rangers turned up. Maybe even the pink one. Batman was in there.
I was the pink Power Ranger growing up. You know, when like you'd watch the Power Rangers and you'd bags which one you wanted to be. I was the actress Amy Jo Johnson, who I love. I know you love her. She was in that TV show Felicity.
She was the first time I saw my Johnson, was thinking about her.
Jeez.
I think everyone had a crush on the Pink Ranger.
I
but
loved
she was
her.
so good too, like great actress. And we wanted her on the show, didn't we?
Yeah.
I tried my best.
We'll get her on this show.
Yeah.
You know who loves Slipknot? Who is obsessed with Slipknot and even bragged about how much she loved the concert is Margot Robbie.
Really?
Margot Robbie loves Slipknot. So she would
love
have really
Slipknot.
liked this too.
This went for 21 hours, 49 minutes and 12 seconds, the longest wrestling match in history, live streamed on Twitch.
I don't think you could last that long, could you?
Oh, with Margot Robbie? No, definitely not. 15 seconds at most. I think we could team up with Tasmanian Championship Wrestling, which I've wrestled for before, as Goonman, the Master Avenger, the $10 Chuck. There's nothing sexier than Fruity Lexia. I reckon we could outdo this. Let's raise more money and let's do a bigger Royal Rumble. Because if you just keep on churning out people, 243 is easy to beat.
Well, it's funny because you actually love wrestling, but you actually have wrestled.
Yeah.
For people that don't know how it works, right?
Yeah.
Because, yes, I think you could absolutely build something and do one of these as well here in Australia, and we could take it on the road and go everywhere. How does it work? As in, like, how much is is real and how much is fake. I once asked that to a wrestler and they got really offended. But I said, I didn't mean that in a rude way. I just am genuinely asking. And
well, it's called sports entertainment. It's kind of like stylized violence. It'd be like if you go out there and you're like stunt guys for an action movie. You wouldn't go up to a stunt guy and say, well, what you're doing isn't real, because they're getting smacked in the head. And let me tell you, getting in that ring hurts a lot. I got kicked in the face. I ended up with a giant bruise on my arm just by hitting the ropes. The ropes are real ropes too. I thought they'd just be bouncy stuff. I thought there'd just be a bounciness in the actual ring itself, but underneath it is just wooden planks.
Ouch!
So you're just landing on wood all the time. I'm like, I don't even know how you do this. They threw me into the ring, and I'm like, that's enough from me. I'm not doing that ever again.
You tapped out.
I couldn't move. I'm just like, I'm done, guys. They're like, you haven't even taken a bump yet. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, you can kick me in the head or punch me in the face or slap me. I don't mind about that, but just don't throw me on my back, because my back hurts.
Aww.
Hurts so much.
I know.
So never say that to a wrestler. Don't say it's
Okay.
funny. Most of them are just comic book nerds. They just want to be a superhero in real life, and that's what wrestling is, and that's the beauty of it. I find it great. I find a lot of comedy in it. I find it very funny. And there is nothing more exciting than when you walk out for your entrance. You get your own music. You get your own pyro. You get to high-five kids on the way out. Or if you're hated like I am, you get booed out of the building.
Have you got booed?
Yeah. It was really great, because I was supposed to come out as a good guy and everyone hated me. I came out in a suit, and like the first time I did it, and I had to come in and make a speech, and everyone just booed me. I'm like, I'm supposed to be good. I'm supposed to be saving the good guy against the bad guy. But that immediately made me turn. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to give crap to the audience then.
Look at those massive wrestlers that are now movie stars. I mean, we've seen the new Moana that's just been released with The Rock.
John Cena's massive. The late great Hulk Hogan, he was in Mr. Nanny, which is snubbed for the Oscars.
Yeah, you got
He
really
should've won that.
disappointed by Hulk Hogan in the end, didn't you? Because you met him and then
he turned a bit, at the end. He was quite racist, and don't look that up. I like to remember him as the character himself, because he'd say his prayers, do his vitamins, and then he'd go out there and just wow the crowd. He was incredible when he was a wrestler, but as a human, Terry Bollea, not as fun. I mean, it was a sad way that he passed away, and I got to meet him in 2015, and it was one of the greatest days of my life, because me and my mate Dallo, we'd watched it since 1990. We'd spent our entire lives watching this guy, and he was larger than life. His arms were the size of like 3 times your head. They were massive, 24-inch pythons, they call them. Unlike your husband's 38-inch python.
Dan and Christie Podcast.